Hey guys, it's Danny, and today I have a haul. This is a Shein haul. It was two separate orders. But you know, one came yesterday, then one came today. So I was like, yay. Alright, so what do I start with? I'm gonna start with this because it is adorable and it's like the only thing that's not like nail related. And that is, I got this little sticker. It's not really little, it's actually quite big. But it's got Mothman on it, and it says live, laugh, lurk. And I love the cute little Mothman. I love Mothman. I think Mothman's adorable. Like, the little cartoons of Mothman I think is cool. And also, he is like one of my favorite cryptids. So, I think that's fun. Adorable. Then next up, I got two things of nail stickers. They are different. This one you cannot see because of the, sticker. So I'm going to just open it up really quick and show you. Maybe. Oh my god, why? There we go. I'm just going to take it out and leave it out because it's going to go in my sticker book anyway. And they are just these really cute, like, spiders. I thought these would be really cool for, like, maybe next year Halloween nails, or just because I feel like it. Because I like that they're all very sparkly and kind of hollow, like almost like they're gem. They're really pretty. Next up, and it only came with one sheet, which I am a little, like, bummed about. But I'm sure it said in the listing that it only came with one sheet. I just, sometimes stickers come with one sheet, sometimes they come with two, sometimes they come with, like, 4. So you just gotta be careful, and you gotta make sure you read what you are getting. This one came with 2, and they are different. So the first one is this one. Very pastel. I don't know what these are for. I guess I could do, like, just, like, lines maybe across the tip. I don't know. But it's, like, skulls wearing flower crowns and, like, some pastel flowers. And then this one is kind of the same, but not really. I mean, like, it's still skulls with, like, flower crowns, but it's more of, like, Day of the Dead kind of themed. And, like, got some, like, different greenery. These ones are really cool. Different kind of flowers. But still very much, like, skull and flowers, which I like. Then up next, I got another bag of swatch stones. I really like these ones. These ones are just circles. So now I've got stars and so I have, like, those, like, rounded stars. I have the circles, I have squares, and I have hearts. So now I have, like, a wide array. I have a wide range now of, like, shapes. I will say I do have more of the stars than anything because, like, I bought, like, 4 bags of stars. But now I also have hearts and squares and these. So if you guys watch my shorts where I show off, like, swatch cards, they started recently having more, like, different shapes and stuff. Like, it was always, like, those little, like, stars because that's all I had. So, except for the few that came with their own swatchers. So, but I like these. These are nice swatchers. Next up, I got a set of art brushes because I didn't really have any art brushes. And this is a set of 5. And they're all liner brushes. because again, I don't have any like liner brushes specifically. So they're all line brushes, but they're obviously different lengths. Like this is a 20 mil. This is an 8 mil. This is a 12 mil. This is a 25 mil, which is the longest. And this is a 4 mil, which is the shortest. So, oop, it was upside down. So that's the shortest at 4 mil. And this is the longest at 25. And obviously, like, I guess the longer or shorter it is, like, you know, the, like, you know, to do different lines and stuff. So I'll have to, like, play around with these a little bit because I haven't really played around with things like this before. So we'll just have to see how that goes. And they're so very, like, thin. Like, they're very, very thin. And I guess that's, like, the best. Like, you want it to be, like, three little brush hairs long, you know? Next up, I got a case of different Hello Kitty and Sanrio charms. I don't know how well you can see them. I mean, you can obviously see them, but you know. There are light pink Hello Kitty heads. Okay, so these two bottom rows are all Hello Kitty. This one is Hello Kitty heads, and this one is whole Hello Kitty bodies. And they are in the same color. So it's like light pink heads, light pink bodies, black, you know. Then this just corresponds with the color of her bow and the color of her dress when she's in the full body. So there's that. And so I have light pink, black, like a darker kind of pink, a purple, a light blue, and a yellow. And then I have two different pom-pom purns. This one is a head and this one's a whole body holding a heart. I have two full body purple Kuromis. That's what these are. One of them is her holding a heart that says love, then one of them is just her. This is My Melody and the only My Melody. These two are both cinnamon roll. They're both whole head cinnamon rolls. Or no, I lied. This is a whole body one of him holding a heart, and then this one is him in a pink bow. It's just his head. Then I have two of the black Kuromis right here. One is a head, and then the other is just a full body one. And then I have three of the dog. I can never remember his name. These three. And this is him, a whole body with a green shirt, whole body with a red shirt. And then this one is just his head, but he's sleeping and he's got a little sleeping cap on. So that's pretty cool. I know you can't really see him all that well, but... And then next up, kind of last but not least, there's four of them, but they are all different nail tips. So I got a lot of nail tips. First off, I got another box of this one. These are my go-to kind of ones that I buy in this shape. I have this one. The one with the pink is stiletto, kind of more almond to me, but like stiletto almond. And then I think it's blue, like a light blue or like a blue-green. And that's the coffin shape. And this is the 600 piece box. But I got another one of the stilettos. This is like my go-to length that I really like. Here, I'll kind of show you one. I do have nail tips on, but I can at least show, you know, like this is, yeah, you can kind of see it's a little bit longer. I'm going to leave that out for a second, actually. Then I also got this set. This is like less. It's only 240 but like pieces, but it was cheaper, and also like the box is kind of smaller, so I wanted to kind of for like storage. I got these ones, which are also like a coffin stiletto, and I think they're about the same length. I think these might be a little bit longer, but not, are they like terribly longer? Okay, they're a teensy bit longer, but these ones are also more pointy. So they're just a smidge longer, and they're not nearly as long as like those other ones I got. That I was like, oh, that were like super, super long. And I didn't even mean for them to be super, super long, because I know I had bought one box recently where of stiletto and of coffin where I intended them to be stupid long. Because that's what I wanted. And then lo and behold, I bought another set that I thought were shorter, and they weren't. And I was like, dang it. So now I have a bunch of like really super long tips I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do with. Mostly just because I don't wear super crazy long length like that all the time. Like this one is slightly longer than my go-to length, but it was still within like the realm of like possibility. And then these are my like go-to length. And then the ones I have on now are my shorties that I put on. I only have shorties and coffin for now, but this is like my, like, when I want a cute set, but sometimes you just don't want long, sometimes you want short, you know? But I don't ever want like crazy super long, because then they don't stay on very well for me, because when I try to use my hands, it's like, they just don't stay on very well, especially like right now where I'm still using the sticky tabs. Anyway, I have more tips to show. I got another box of this same brand, but in the coffin shape. And these ones, if I can get it open so I can show you. These ones also might be a smidge longer than my go-to length, but I don't think they are. Well, I mean, I don't think they are, because they're only that much longer than my shorties. So these ones actually might even be a little bit shorter than my go-to length, but it's just longer than my shorties. So, or they're going to be right at the same length. Sometimes it's hard to, gauge it, but I don't know. I like this size as well. So this should be a nice set, I think. And I also, I kind of wanted to, I've been wanting to try like more, did I not shut this? I've been wanting to try more, different brands, like different ones, as opposed to only getting like the ones that look like this. Because sometimes I can't find those, and then I'm like, oh no. So it's nice to have other ones that I like these ones. And again, this is just another one of the 220 count box. Those are only like $2 or $3 for those. The 600 count ones, I've seen them as high as like $8. But I think these ones, all the ones I have in like my reserve, I think I spent like $6 on, roughly. And then I have one more box of tips, and this is another different box. I mean, I'm sure they all come from the same manufacturer, I'm sure. But this is just another coffin. This specifically says medium coffin, and this is a 440 count box. So it's smaller than the 600 count box, and then bigger than the 240 box. And this one, again, I like this one because it's got the numbers on the lid. Now, the only thing that throws me off is it has them going 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then it goes up to 10. Instead of how most boxes go, where it would be 0, 1, 2, 3. So now that's going to throw me off a little bit when I use these. But this is the medium coffin. And, I dropped it. Want to close that so I don't drop it. And that is their medium coffin. And let me see how it compares to this one, if they are the same size, same length. Oh, okay. I can tell them apart because they are the same length. The two I bought are the same length. This is the smaller box one. And then this is the one that came in the bigger box, and I can tell them apart because the pre-etched part is there's more of a pre-etched area on these ones, which I kind of dig. So yeah, so those are the same length, and these are, like I said, these are about, just eyeballing them, they look to be about the same length as my go-to coffin, like, length, so I like that. And that is all of my haul. I know it's mostly tips, but, you know, you can really never, can you really have too many tips? I mean, yes and no, because that is one thing I don't like, is that the whole box, and I can only use 6 of them, and there's usually between 10 and 12 sizes. So I'm trying to find something to do with, like, the ones I can't use, like, a good one. I bought some swatch books recently. I know I filmed a video hauling them, but I haven't put it up yet. Or at least at the time of filming this video. Maybe I'll put it up later today. I got some swatch books, and they didn't come with the nails, but I discovered that the size 2s, from a lot of my nail tips actually do fit in there. So because I can't use size 2s, that's what I've been doing. When I fill up my swatch books, I've been using those. So that is working out for me very well. And that's using up a lot of my 2s. And then, of course, I use them for practice. I mean, yeah, I still end up throwing them away, depending on what I did with them. Some of them I am keeping. I do end up throwing away some of them, but at least they're being used, so it doesn't feel like a complete and total waste. I don't know. It's a lot of waste, in my opinion. But what can I do? So, but yeah, that is my video. That is my haul. I know it wasn't a huge haul, but it wasn't necessarily a teeny tiny small haul either. And again, I got all this stuff on Temu. Temu has really, or not Temu, I'm sorry, Shein. Shein has pretty good prices. Like I said, I like to get their tips. Their swatchers are fantastic, and their nail stickers are really good too. I haven't tried the brushes yet, so I don't know if they're any good or not. And yeah, so that is my haul, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you later. Bye!